Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you are new, my name is Autumn. I make homeschool, travel, just all different kinds of videos, just depending on what we're doing in our day-to-day lives. But I am going to try my best to just get through this video. When I made the plans to film this video today, I did not realize that I would be going off of lack of sleep. Poor little Emmy ended up spiking a fever overnight and has not been able to keep anything down. So we are in our first of the fall illness. Hopefully all of you guys have been able to avoid things so far. But if you are in the trenches with me, let me know in the comments. Hopefully everyone is healthy, but I know it happens. Emmy is generally the one who goes down, and the rest of us normally stay healthy, so hoping that is the case this time as well. This video is going to be a September recap though. September started off really well for us. We actually had a dentist appointment, which again, like if you can relate to me, let me know in the comments with this one. Dentist appointments go great for my oldest, my 7-year-old. For my 4-year-old, oh man. I mean, all appointments are rough with my 4-year-old, but yeah, Emmy and dentist appointments, I don't understand what switch was flipped, but we used to be fine, and that is no longer the case. So any tips, any advice, anything you have, let me know, because it is just a fight to even get her to open her mouth. And luckily the place we take her to, they're so phenomenal. They're really good. It's a pediatric dentist, and everyone there just has like immense patience and is just like really kind. So I'm not worried there, but any tips you can give me to maybe make it any easier, let me know if you've dealt with it and if you know some things that have worked for you. One of the more fun things that we did was we were able to get to the zoo. So once a month, I have Alani signed up for a homeschool workshop at our zoo. Our zoo does these homeschool workshops. I don't actually remember what the last theme was, but the next one is going to be snakes, the one in October. And I know she's going to be really excited about that because she loves snakes. But they always sell out really quickly. So as soon as I get the email for those, I sign up for every single one through April because they're always sold out if you don't. But we started off with that, and that was really cool. Emmy's not old enough for that yet, so Emmy and I just walked around the zoo, and that kind of gave us just that us time. Alani was a little disappointed when I picked her up because she didn't get to walk around the zoo. So next time I will plan for that extra time. We had planned to go to my grandparents' house right after, so we didn't have that time, but I can totally understand why she would be bummed about that. So next time I will either make sure to get to the zoo at open and we'll walk around ahead of her class, or I will make sure that we have some time to walk around after. I just remembered what the theme was though. It was some sort of like stream study. So she was all set with her rain boots and everything like that, and they got to like go into the stream that is right by the zoo and just look for different things. I think she said they got crayfish, and I remember her specifically saying that she did use a net, but she still got her finger pinched. But either way, she had a lot of fun, and I'm just really excited that we have these things around us because she really does enjoy them. But the big thing that happened not long after that is we took our first break. So I think I talked about it in my planning video, but I had to shift some things around. Our first break was going to happen at week 7. But it ended up happening at week 6 instead, because that is the week that Evan and I left for our anniversary trip. So if you missed that vlog, we went to Savannah. I put up part 1 on my channel, and I will put up part 2 at some time. We had a lot of fun. Neither of us had ever been to Savannah, and we really appreciated anyone who was able to give us advice and tips of where to go, because we had a fantastic time. I highly recommend going if you have not gone yet. But I think now we kind of get to like my big mistake part, because when we come back, I had us overbooked, like incredibly overbooked. So I'm gonna start with the weekend we came back, which was fine. We had such a great time at John James Audubon Center, and I also have that video up on my channel. I have 2 bird lovers. Honestly, our whole family loves birds, but my little girls absolutely love birds. We have had so much fun adding feeders to our house. We've recently added a wren house, and we've just really had a lot of fun seeing the different birds that are in our area. We are in technically a bird town, so a very friendly area that is recognized for the work it does. to help birds, but also we are right near the John James Audubon Center, which is a museum type space, but also they have the house that John James Audubon came to when he first came to the United States of America. So it was cool to really do both of those. Again, I have that video on my channel, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but it was a really cool experience. That was great. That was a fun weekend. But when we got into the actual homeschool week, I signed us up for way too much. And I think this is something that I've done before, and I've told myself that I would learn from it, and I hadn't. So things seriously need to change this time, because my girls were great, but I wasn't. Like, they were having fun, they were having a good time, but I was stretched way too thin. And when that happens, like, I'm not the best mom I can be. I'm not the best teacher I can be. I'm not the best wife I can be. Like, it's just too much. So I definitely need to pull back. I need to just get rid of the FOMO of like, oh, this is happening and I want us to go there and I want us to be signed up for this. And oh, what if she misses out on that? Like, I need to just stop that, because I hardcore learned my lesson that first week we came back. So let me talk a little bit about that. Mondays, Alani has gymnastics and tennis. That's not a big deal for us. She has gymnastics in the morning. She has tennis in the evenings. That's fine. Again, not a big deal. Thursdays, Alani has rock climbing, which is a drop off. So I can drop her off and I can spend time with Emmy. But then on top of that, Emmy has soccer on Thursdays. So it's kind of like back to back. I have to pick up Alani early so that I can get Emmy to soccer on time. That's the first thing that's going to change. I feel so bad for my brother that I did that to him while we were gone, because it just was too much. So I am changing Alani's rock climbing to a different day, because it was too much to, even though it was a drop off, like, my thought was, oh, this won't be bad. Emmy and I can kind of just like stay in the area and hang out. I'll pack a lunch for Alani. She can eat lunch at soccer. Like, I had the whole thing planned, but the execution was actually just a lot more difficult. Like, it wasn't fun. It felt rushed. Like, I did not enjoy that at all. So if that wasn't enough, I also had Alani signed up for 3 homeschool things that week. I don't know, like, I think what happened was when I signed up for them, I just signed up for them. I love the things at the local farm that we can sign up for, so I just signed up. And once a month, our library does a homeschool event, so I just signed up. And I think I just did it, and I put it in my calendar, but I didn't actually look at my calendar because all of that stuff was in the same week. So Monday, not only did we have gymnastics and we had tennis, but we also had a homeschool event at our library. Tuesday, we had an event at the farm for Alani. Wednesday, we had an event at the farm for Alani. And then Thursday was the day that we had both rock climbing and soccer. I was spent. Now, on top of that, I've talked before, my grandparents are very nearby. So we visit my grandparents on my mom's side once a week, and we visit my grandmother on my dad's side once a week. I don't know why I thought that that was just all okay to put into one week, but it truly wasn't. Now, obviously, we're also doing school every day. So it was too much. It was way too much. I regret doing that. I regret signing up for so many of those things. Now, it was more the workshop stuff that I regret. The activities I'm fine with. And again, moving rock climbing to a different day just makes it so much easier. So that is fine. But every time I see a homeschool event, I don't have to sign up for it. And as much as it kind of like hurts me to do that, like as much as I'm like, oh, but I want to do this and I want her to have this experience, like, it's okay if I don't sign up for everything. The once a month zoo thing, that's fine. The once a month library thing, that's fine. But I don't have to sign up for all of the little weekly things. And I have another one that's actually coming up this week that I kind of was just like, all right, Alani, I think this is going to be the last one for a little bit, because I need to just look over our schedule and just see what is working and what is not working, when I can fit things in, because yeah, it's too much. And I don't want to be sabotaging our time. I don't want it to be not fun because we are rushing. Like, I want to enjoy these things and I want my girls to enjoy these things. But if I have us overbooked, if I have us just doing way too much, then that's also a problem. So that was like the big thing that was just not really like an aha moment, I guess, but it was just like, all right, I need to fix something. I need to change some things. I need to accept the fact that if we're not signed up for something, I'm not like doing something detrimental to my children. Like, it is okay for us to miss an event here or there when we already have so many things going on. Because I've talked to my girls, like the activities they are in, the sports and stuff like that, these are things that they want to do. So for this period of time, at least for this fall session, this is what things look like. In the next fall session, in the fall 2 session, Alani's not going to be doing gymnastics. And that doesn't mean I need to fill that space with something, but that does make Mondays a little bit lighter. So the next time we do have the library event, that's only 2 things that are going to be going on that day. So stuff like that, I really just want to look at our schedule more. I recently was even looking at letting Emmy do dance. It's something that I've wanted her to try to do. It's something that I feel like she would really enjoy, but I also have to really think about like, do I want to add to our schedule? Because I mean, on Saturdays, they also have theater. So again, I need to pull back a little bit with some of the stuff when we already have things going on. I have to really look at our calendar and plan smarter, basically. And I feel like almost to add insult to injury, after that week that was just like really just too much, we got to the weekend. Well, actually, we got to Friday and we're sitting at the table eating dinner together. And I can't remember if it was both girls or one of the girls. They pointed up to the ceiling and were like, "What is that?" And Evan and I look up and there's clearly like a water stain on the ceiling. What now? Turned out we had a leak coming from the shower in our bathroom. We're hoping that it is all fixed. It doesn't seem to have spread too far, but if you already have been on my channel before and you've heard me talk about our basement, that has been an ongoing project and that is something that still needs to be repaired and everything like that. So to have like another like water damage thing, it just was like, all right, I'm done. But as I said, it doesn't seem to have been too bad. It looks like we caught it early enough. So hopefully that is the last of that. All right, so wrapping up the like more personal, other kind of things aside before I get into the curriculum, the last thing I wanted to mention that we did this month was we got to go to Longwood Gardens, which I was really excited about. Through one of the farm events that we went to, we ended up getting free tickets to Longwood Gardens. And so I needed to use those by the end of the month. So we just got it in. And unfortunately, the weather was like cloudy and drizzling, but most of the time we were outside, it wasn't raining on us. We were able to go through most of the outside part with very little rain. The girls saw the fountain show, which was really cool. And we were able to explore some of the other areas, but I did not bring like strollers or anything like that. So we only did as much as the girls could handle walking, which honestly was a lot. I was really proud of them because that was a lot of walking. All right, so let's get into the curriculum side of things. I am going to start with Emmy. Pinwheels has been going well. I have been taking it slower than the pacing of the curriculum suggests, just because I feel like Emmy needs it. She needs it to be going slower. She still really needs some more practice, I would say, on the vowel sounds. That is something we didn't really go over as much when we went through Explode the Code. So this is a newer thing for her. And she is at the point where we are just doing beginning blends. But I really do want to make sure that we are continuously practicing those vowel sounds. But the first time that she read one of the CV blends, she was so excited. Like she just wanted to keep doing it over and over again because she was so proud that she was reading. And it's the cutest thing. Like I love this stage, the like CV, VC, CVC stage. Like I just love it when they just start to realize, wait, I am reading, and it's just the coolest thing. So I'm so excited to go through this with Emmy. Zern has also been going well. Actually, since I'm talking about math, I will say she loves mathematical reasoning still. That is just, again, Emmy loves workbooks. So I generally have to stop her and be like, all right, we're done. We're gonna just take a pause. We're not gonna do any more. But Zern has also been going really well. When I did Zern, well, actually when I did Eureka Math with Alani, I was using the online videos and Alani really enjoyed that. But for Emmy, I'm doing the lessons that are within Zern. I'm just doing it face to face with her. And then I'm allowing her to do the Zern videos. And when I'm saying the online videos, there is someone, I can link them if you're interested, just let me know. But there's someone on YouTube who made a bunch of video lessons for Eureka Math. And I used those for kindergarten and first grade with Alani and loved them. They were really good. But for Emmy, I'm just doing like face-to-face, just us doing it. I haven't been using those videos, but I do recommend them. I think they are really good. I do have to slow Emmy down when she is doing the Zern portion on her tablet because she will just speed through it. Like, I'm like, Emmy, stop skipping things, stop going so quickly, take your time. And I know that she knows the information and I'm glad that she knows the information, but I do want her to make sure she's taking her time and not just going through the motions. We will be starting a new mission. So I am going to pay a little bit more attention to what it is. Like before when we were doing shapes and it was 3D, well, solid shapes and flat shapes, I really wanted her to slow down and focus on that. But I am going to look into mission 3 and there might be some things that we just skip because she really is picking up on this pretty quickly. Torchlight has also been going well. I actually haven't been pulling Alani in as much as I thought I would. Generally, Alani's working on something that she's doing independently while I do Torchlight with Emmy. That's just the way it has kind of worked with our flow. So I'm not pulling in Alani as much as I thought I would be. Emmy absolutely loves coloring the flags. She really, really enjoys that part. And so I'm really happy that we're doing our journal for her, like the notebooking part of it, where she colors the flag and she puts it in the notebook. And then I have her pick something that she wants to add that goes with the country or the countries. So far, it's been mostly animals, and I expected that. And so she's really been enjoying that. Apologia Science has also been really cool. I feel like we're finally just now getting into some things that she didn't already necessarily know. So we're about to get into solid, liquid, gas, like that kind of stuff. I feel like up to this point, it was kind of a review of things that she already knows, but it's fun to be able to now get into some things where I'm like, okay, this is new for you. Let's go over this. And she really does enjoy the activities. She really enjoyed the weather tracking that we were doing, where she added like a sun or rain clouds or whatever, like such a simple activity, but she loved that. She really enjoyed that. So it's nice to have those activities. And I am going to do, now that we're a little bit further in, I will soon do my video where I kind of just review, almost like a first impression review of how we're liking Apologia so far. And so far, we're really enjoying the preschool science. All right, on to Alani. So she is still continuing in Pinwheels. I did not expect us, like when I mapped out our year, I did not expect us to still be doing Pinwheels. I did think that we would be in Wand by now, but I have found that as we've gotten later into like the units, as we've gotten into these, like I think we're in 28 or something like that, I can't remember, but I think it goes up to 31. As we're in these end units, it is a lot. So I won't just do this for a really long time with Alani. I do reach a cutoff point where I'm just like, all right, that's enough for today. And so some of these where it's like day 1, that's a day 1 and 2 for us. Some of the things are just taking a little bit long and I'm just breaking them up to make them more manageable. But it is really cool seeing the grammar aspect of things. I just think that the grammar stuff can sometimes take long. So for that, we just kind of break it up. And also sometimes there is a good amount of writing And I like to break that up for her, especially since we're also doing separate writing. I don't want it to be too much, so I am just making sure to kind of split things up. But with that, it is taking us longer than I anticipated to get through the units. Speaking of writing, we are still doing really well with Simplify Writing in the most recent unit, which we haven't exactly finished yet. She was working on a paragraph, but I love that they were just focusing on one paragraph and just what that paragraph needs and adding to it and everything like that. I appreciate that. I feel like that is a decent amount of writing, and that is all Alani needs and wants to do as well. So that's working out. She really enjoys the time where she gets to edit another student's writing because I give her lots of different colors of like markers and highlighters and stuff. So she really has a fun time with the editing portion of things. So on the days that we're not doing simplified writing, Alani is doing progressive cursive. And since she only knows a few letters at this point, she's not really ready to do a lot of handwriting in cursive, like outside of just practicing individual letters. So what I think I am going to do is I am going to just add in regular print handwriting just so that she has that additional handwriting practice on the days that she is doing progressive cursive. And as we get further along in progressive cursive and she learns more letters, then I will add in the cursive handwriting practice and pull back a little bit on the print handwriting, or maybe I'll keep it. We'll see. But I do want to add in more of the print handwriting for her because that already is within the Simplify Writing curriculum. I have all of it, and so I want to make sure that I am using it. All right, so with Zern and mathematical reasoning, Alani is still like meh with mathematical reasoning. We do it every once in a while. In Zern, she's currently doing hundreds, tens, and ones, expanded form, standard form, all of that fun stuff. She actually really does enjoy that. I do sometimes have to get her to show me a little bit, or at least tell me what her brain is doing, because she loves to just like put down an answer. And that's fine if it's right. But if it's wrong, I don't know what she did that led her to the wrong answer. So we are still working with the whole just show me or tell me your thinking so that I know where to help you in the situations where it is wrong. But generally, she's really getting it and not having too many issues with it. We're going to be adding in like more of the currency aspect of it. So that'll be fun. The last thing that I want to mention before I mention the things the girls actually do together is Mystery Science. Again, I made that video about how much we're loving it. We are loving it. The most recent lesson that the girls did, I had them do together, was maps. And it was so cool. They had so much fun with it. It was a combination of maps and landforms and figuring out where to put, it was a treasure hunt basically, figuring out where to put the X on the map based on the different landforms that were explained. It was really cool. They're having a blast. They are really loving it. Again, I pull Emmy in sometimes, not all the time, but Alani has a really great time with this science curriculum. And I think that they have done a phenomenal job with it. We had one hiccup with one of the assessments before. There was an assessment that I had, because I printed out everything ahead. Assessment that I printed was not the assessment that they now have for the unit. And when I looked, the assessment that they do now have for the unit was way better than the one that I had done with Alani. And I think that's why they changed it, because the newer one really was a lot better. So I do want to check back and make sure that there aren't any changes to any of the things that I've printed out already, so I don't run into that again. Because when we were doing the assessment, I remember skipping some things or changing some things because I was like, don't love this, not really sure how to answer that best. And then again, I went online to look at the answer key to do the comparison. Not the same assessment at all. So again, just have to make sure that everything I have is updated moving forward. We don't have a ton of group subjects, so this video is almost over. It's mainly just our morning basket stuff, and that's actually another area where I need to make an adjustment in the future. We are still enjoying homeschool Spanish, but we are definitely still taking that slowly. And it is fun that my girls will just like sometimes answer things in Spanish. It is cool that they are taking it seriously to make sure that we are practicing throughout the day. I love love that. We are loving the bird flashcards and the meditation. We're having a lot of fun with all of that. And we are enjoying the Trumpet of the Swan book. It is good. We are having a good time with it, but we're already doing so much. There are already books that we're reading with Torchlight. There are books that Alani is reading to us. We just have books in all of these other subjects in some way. So I don't know. I think after Trumpet of the Swan, I think we just pause on like a bigger read aloud, because we are reading, we're reading a lot of books during the day, and that's great. But just like the activities, I don't want it to become too much. And it is starting to feel like that. Again, we are enjoying the book. We are having a good time with it. But after we're done, we might just focus on all of the like picture books and chapter books we're already doing. So yeah, September was a lot. And the problem that I have with it being a lot was we had a week off. So it felt like a lot even with a week off. And that is where I'm just like, yeah, we need to pull back on some things. We're going to be burnt out if we continue at this pace. And so I'm going to look over everything, going to be more intentional with my planning and really pay attention to the dates that things are when I sign up for things. So those are my goals, so that I can make sure we go into October strong and we finish October strong, because we are having a really good time. And again, I don't want to hit a point of burnout. That is going to be it for this video though. As always, thank you so much for your support on my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.